All right, here we are with individual wad number 4, Romulus and Remus. At the count of go, athletes will have a maximum of 6 minutes to complete the following. For RX athletes, it will be 1 rope climb, followed by 12 thrusters. Then it'll be 1 rope climb, followed by 9 thrusters, 1 rope climb, followed by 6 thrusters, 1 rope climb, followed by 3 thrusters. For the RX and the Masters RX men, it'll be 135-pound thruster and an 18-foot rope. Now there is a stipulation that we're going to talk about with the RX men specifically in just a second. And then for the RX and Masters RX females, it'll be a 95-pound thruster and an 18-foot rope. Okay? For the RX men, they will actually start in a seated position. So they have to start sitting on the ground. They'll start their rope climb sitting, and then they can wrap their feet once their feet get to a point where they won't touch the ground. So it evens it out a little bit for the RX men. Scaled and master athletes, they're basically going to do the same workout. They can do a rope climb, and it'll be to 15 feet, or they can do 6 raises on the rope, and we'll talk about what those are in just a second. So for the scaled and masters, scaled athletes, they'll do 1 rope climb or 6 raises on the rope and 12 thrusters, 1 rope climb and 6 raises on the rope and 9 thrusters, 1 rope climb or 6 raises on the rope, 6 thrusters, 1 rope climb or 6 raises on the rope, and 3 thrusters. And then the scaled male will be 95 pounds and 65 pounds for females with a 15-foot rope. Okay?
6-minute time cap.
6-minute time cap for this workout. And then the beginner athletes are going to do 12 jumping rope pull-ups, 12 thrusters, 9 jumping rope pull-ups, 9 thrusters, 6 jumping rope pull-ups, 6 thrusters, 3 jumping rope pull-ups, 3 thrusters. And I have the weights listed. I don't think she put these up here, but I have the weights listed on the website for the beginners. Let's talk about the standards for this. First of all, let's hit the thruster. So on the thruster, it's really simple. Everybody's done it before. You can clean the first rep. Okay. Yeah, you can. You don't have to. You can power clean. It doesn't matter. But on the thruster, hip goes below the knee, coming up, full extension at the top. Now, one thing that you can do today is you can jerk the weight as long as it gets above your head. So you can't stop at the shoulders, but if he comes up, so go down, up, and then jerk it, he can jerk the weight at the top. So as long as it's one continuous movement. Now what he can't do is stop at the shoulders and then jerk it. As long as the bar, so if he comes up, stops, and then jerks it, that'll be a no rep. It has to be one continuous movement as the weight's coming from the bottom. So if it gets above his head, he drops down underneath it, that'll be fine. Okay? Now on the rope climbs, we'll start with the RX men, and you don't have to do all these rope climbs, we'll go over them. All right, so RX men, they'll start seated. From here, he's gonna grab the rope. Okay, he's gotta pull himself up off the ground.
Feet up.
Nope, try it again. Feet have to be off the ground. Oh. So, grab the rope.
Feet up.
Feet up. Now he can wrap.
That's heavy.
Okay.
That's every rep.
Do what?
Every rope.
Yes. Come on, you're on it. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you can't jump or push off. You have to start with your feet off the ground. You can L-sit. You don't have to L-sit as long as your feet are off the ground on the first rep.
What I'm looking for is the feet to be off the ground before the butt. And if he's at any point as he's going up, if his feet hit the ground, he'll have to come up, down and restart.
All right, coming down is a big issue. We don't want people just dropping from the rope. So what will happen is when he comes down, he'll have to keep one hand on the rope when his foot touches. So if he's coming down, just grab the rope and come down. Okay. He has to have at least one hand when his foot touches. If he drops, he'll have a 5 burpee penalty that he has to do right at that point before he can move on.
Right before your feet hit the ground, release both hands. Burpees.
So what we're trying to prevent people from doing is getting up the top and dropping down, trying to speed up and then getting hurt. We will have crash mats set up, but at the same time, I don't want anybody to take any chances. Okay? For the RX women and the Masters RX men and Masters RX women, it'll be a standard rope climb. They can actually jump up to the rope and climb. So if he wants to approach and jump, boom. You can climb however you like. These are not legless. You can use your legs. The only restriction is for the RX men. They have to bring their feet up before they start. Okay, on the rope raises, so for scaled athletes, if you can do an advanced movement, then kudos to you. You can do the rope climbs. You know, you can jump in there and try to do the rope climbs. That's completely up to you. The same standards will apply, except it'll be a 15-foot rope. And we'll have marks on the rope that you have to make sure you touch above at the top. And those will be easily visible from the bottom. We'll have them spray painted with bright orange and bright colors so that the judges can see. Okay? If you're like, I can't go rope climb, there are other options. We're going to do rope raises. So it starts off feet on the ground, underneath the rope, and your feet will be actually in a box, and they must stay in that box. Okay? Shoulders start off on the ground. He's just going to keep his legs locked. His hips can bend, so he can bend at the hips. He just has to pull himself up.
And I'm looking for straight knees, body completely upright.
Now from here, he can lower himself or he can just sit down. Going down doesn't matter. They can do it however they like.
Again, his feet have to be in the box. Legs are locked. 2. Questions?
Yes.
Let's say for like scale, you do rope climb 12 thrusters, rope climb 9 thrusters, and then you decide, hey, I can't do a rope climb.
Then you can go to the raises. Yep. Yep. There's not really an equation though, like you either do the rope climb or you don't. And if you can't do that, you can go to raises. If you do half a rope climb, it doesn't count towards 3 raises. It's either you got to do 6 or rope climb. All right, on the beginner version of this is just a jumping pull-up. And what we're going to do is the athlete's just going to come up to the rope, stand in the box, reach up as high as they can. Jump and pull up. That's it. Okay? So what they're looking for is arms are straight when they grab the rope at the top. Something a little different. It's a way that you teach people to start getting strength to climb the rope. But I wanted to try to make sure that everybody got a chance to play with the ropes a little bit.
Can we see that from the side?
Yeah.
For the video.
Turn to the side. Reach up as high as you can, feet in the box. Good. And jump. Good. So you can use your legs to help you get up.
I'm looking for the chin to be over the highest hand. That's my question.
So the question was about the chin just has to be over the highest hand. Any other questions? Yes.
You said you're going to mark it at the top.
Correct.
As long as your hand touches the paint.
Yes.
It'll be above.
Above the
It'll be above. So the mark will be above. Okay. Or in the case of the RX division, it'll actually probably be the actual framework. So, but we'll have, your judge will know specifically and tell you need to touch this before you start. We haven't hung the ropes yet, so. Questions? All right. That's individual WOD number 4. Romulus